Welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading, everyone. Today is March the 27th, 2022, and today I'm going to be looking at 5 stocks that are on a rise this week. Names like Riot, which had a 42% gain over the 2-week span. GME, GameStop up 74%, squeezing higher. I'm going to talk about that, along with Tilray, another short squeeze candidate, up 53%, along with Tesla, a continued move higher above $1,000 now, and Apple moving up 16% in the past 2 weeks. But before we get started, guys, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you are interested in trading with us on Discord at Wealthy Mentor Trading, we do have a 2-month $99 promo that's going on right now, and that entails swing trading watch list, day trading watch list, options callouts, market analysis, and everything that you need to get going if you are a day trader or a swing trader. That being said, I do have the S&P 500 chart open here, and I am going to talk about some targets going into next week. As you guys can see here, we did have a nice bullish week continuing from the week prior, and we did get over that $4,500 hurdle right here that I wanted to see us get over, right? We did close Friday's session bullish. Now, what I want to see going into next week is that 45.50 area. And for me, that is another area where we need to cross in order to change the trend of the overall market outlook, right? As you guys can see here, 45.50 is an area of resistance. We did close beneath that on Friday. And over here, back on September the 1st, 2021, it was resistance here. And obviously we got a rejection and a push down. Again, I'm going to look to see if we can break that. And my next area to look at is that $4,600 line. We had multiple rejections here, 1, 2, 3 rejections on the daily time frame at 4,600. So 2 tests going in. 1, 45.50. If we can break that above 4,600, I am 100% bullish, and the trend completely has reversed from bearish to bullish. Right now, I am in neutral, more towards bullish, right? I'm in 50-50, not 100% convinced. I want to see a break above 45.50, and I want to see us stay above there. Now, if we can break above 4,600, even better, right? I do have next targets here of 46.62, and that is my third take profit target going on the S&P 500. Now, if we do receive a pullback, where can we land? 4,500 is that nice base support. And if we cannot hold that, 44.50 is that major area where we started to create that trend change, right? So I want to stay above that 44.50 area to remain bullish on the markets going forward. Okay. With that being said, I do have 5 stocks that I want to speak about, and the first one being Apple. AAPL is the ticker, right? Apple did have a nice 2 weeks here, gaining 16%, as I mentioned earlier. And here we are on the daily time frame, and we are approaching that special area of 177, right? We did have a hard time breaking it right here back on the 13th of January, once more here on February the 9th, and it was the breakdown candle creating this downtrend right here, right? So we have been stuck into this zone from 150 to 177. So going into next week, the big test is getting above that 177 line for a potential test of all-time highs at that 183 area. Okay, now to the downside, if we do receive a pullback, where can we see us going? 168 is that line in the sand for me. I want to stay above that to uphold this uptrend that we've been in recently. As you guys can see here, 9 straight days of green candles, and I am expecting a pullback, right? That 170 to 168 area is an area for me to look at going into next week if we do see some market weakness. But my eyes are above that 177 area, right? So the S&P 500 definitely needs to cross over that 45.50 area for us to gain on Apple, as it is one of the big names that controls the S&P 500 and also correlates to it very much. All right. The next name that I have on my list is Tesla, TSLA, and we did have a nice bullish week, guys. You know, I was looking for a move above 950. It was strong resistance here, multiple rejections on the daily time frame, and we broke through that with convincing volume. That's what I want to see on an area where it has strong resistance, right? resistance like this requires strong volume, and we did receive that, pushing all the way up to that 1040 area before we saw a rejection, right? Going into next week, I am looking above that 1020 area for a potential test, again, at that 1040 to 1050. Now, if you want to be a safer trader, definitely look above 1050 for potential push to 1000 and 1020, as you guys can see here on this red line. Okay, now when I pull back, I do want to see that $1,000 hold, right? And if we can't hold that, we do have 986 as a pullback target, number one, if we are bearish, and the second target right here, the area that we broke through at that 950 area. So two areas that I want to see hold, 986 to the downside and 950, a very big one right here, right? So this is going to be a hard target to, break 950, because as you guys can see here, we did have multiple rejections and it was resistance. So on the way up, now going down, that resistance turns to support, right? So 950 is a strong area of support. To the upside, that 1050 area is that golden number that I want to see. And fundamentally speaking, um, there has been some news regarding Tesla suspending its production at the Shanghai plant due to virus concerns. And I've been hearing a lot of, COVID virus concerns recently in the news. So, the news regarding the war has dimmed down quite a bit. And now the news regarding the virus is up in the air again. So watch out for that going into next week. That could be a catalyst for Tesla to pull back. Again, we've had multiple green days in a row. So this could be that catalyst for us to pull back to that 1,000 or even $950 line, okay? Another name that was significant to me is Tilray. Now, Tilray had a monster week, and it is one of the names that we do have at Wealthy Mentor Trading, right? We did have one of those moves that it squeezed up 53%, leading the whole MJ sector higher. Uh, After a report came out that the U.S. House Rules Committee plans to prepare a federal marijuana legalization bill for floor action next week. So that is bullish. To me, it's one of those buy the rumor, sell the news, but more should be confirmed if we see what happens tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is that big day, Monday and Tuesday. So watch Tilray above that $850 line. As you guys can see here, it has been rejection, right? On Friday, we stopped there. And to me, it is bullish. A break above that, I am looking at $10 and $12 as my next area of take profit. Also, if we do want to change the trend on a short-term time frame, we do want to see a break above this $14 line, right? As you guys can see here, a major rejection back on November 2021, and we were down in the dumpster at that $4.75 line. So above $14, this thing can really rocket higher. And it's not just Tilray, it's the other MJ names. Names like ACB, APHA, and CRON, CRON, are also names that you should be watching to see if there is a correlation for Tilray to also push higher. Now, Tilray was the leading sector, right? Was the leading name of the sector, right? Of the MJ names. So look for those names to also take off, and look for clues to see if those names take off before Tilray does. As you guys know, that a legalization could definitely bring up this sector that has been dead for a long time since the Canadian legalization back on 2017, 2018. These stocks have been bleeding heavily, and they do have a lot of shorts trying to cover their positions, right? So this can squeeze a lot higher. This was once a $300 stock, so definitely keep this on your radar above that $850 area for potential take profits at 10, 12, and 14, creating that trend change above $14. All right. Again, 53% on the week, and it has a lot more to go. Definitely see how the market conditions shape up tomorrow with the whole legalization. All right. Another name that was significant to me that also had a pretty strong short squeeze, and it had the best month, I would say, since last March, right? Last March 2021, GME did have a big move, and this week alone, it did move up 74%, squeezing short sellers on increasing volume, right? That's what you want to see. You want to see big time volume on the breakage of these levels, and we got that. And earlier, fundamentally speaking, earlier GameStop chairman Ryan Cohen purchased 100,000 additional shares of the common stock, which was big, and that could be a major catalyst moving forward, right? If your chairman is bullish on the stock itself and he's buying 100,000 shares, there's definitely something brewing here. And what I'm going to be looking at going into next week is that 161 line, as you guys can see here, drawn in purple. It has been multiple rejection points right here, dating back to last December. So this is an area for me that I'm going to be watching on for my entries for potential squeeze all the way to that 196.5 to $200 area, where we do have multiple price action right here and a rejection point on the breakdown candle right here. So above 161, definitely look at 196 as a take profit area if we do squeeze higher on GameStop. Like I said, 74% on the week is definitely one of those names that you should be watching. GameStop did have this move last March 2021, and it's happening once more. So definitely keep GameStop on your watch list going into next week. All right. One last name that is definitely on my radar, and that is Riot, RIOT, Riot Blockchain. And the reason for this is that we have now seen Bitcoin cross above that $46,000 line, which is significant. It is one of those areas that does change the trend on Bitcoin, and names like Riot, Mara, and the rest of the mining companies, right, do thrive off the higher price points on Bitcoin. So Riot caught my attention. We have been into this downtrend ever since January 2022, right, started, and we broke down below that $22.50 line, right, going down as low as $13. And here we are testing that line once again. And for me, again, it's one of those stocks that does change the trend temporarily. So what I'm looking at is a break above that $22.50, $23 area for a potential squeeze to that $26 and $29.50 area, as you guys can see here that I've drawn out in green. Now, as I mentioned, Riot has been up 42% in 2 weeks, right? And now Bitcoin moving above that $46,000 area is definitely bullish for names like Riot and the rest of the Bitcoin sector, right? So definitely look above that $23 line for a potential squeeze to retest 26 and 29. As you guys can see here, it has been support on the way down. Now, as we're going up, it is a resistance area, right? So check out 26 and $29 as a potential take profit area before we receive some sort of pullback on Riot. It is one of those very volatile names, especially when Bitcoin is surging. So keep this on your watch list moving forward. All right, guys, so those are 5 stocks that I definitely see potential in that rose up pretty high last week, and I am looking for a continued move, right? Riot, one of those names, continued move with Bitcoin moving higher. GameStop, a potential short squeeze candidate, along with Tilray, its legalization, big news right there. Tesla breaking above $1,000, which was pretty bullish, and it continues to be bullish. Watch out for the Shanghai plant and the whole coronavirus news. It could hinder the gains. Look for that 950 as clear support. Apple moving up 16% in 2 weeks and is approaching all-time highs. Look for that $177 area for a break to test all-time highs at that 183. Guys, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. And if you are interested in trading with us at Wealthy Mentor Trading on Discord, click that link in the bio and it should definitely get you started. You're missing out if you haven't joined already. Thank you so much for joining and great luck trading with you guys. Bye-bye.